Right, let's move on and talk Chelsea, Aston Villa, Lukaku back at the Bridge. How excited are we, Don?
What a player. What a player. It was a good matchup last week against Van Dijk, wasn't it? That was a proper matchup. And both of them come out on top in terms of Van Dijk had one bits in the first half, second half, he didn't really have too much to do. But Lukaku looked strong, looked physical. And this game, I think it's an open one. I think Thomas Tuchel will go into this game thinking they want to beat Villa, they want to put down a marker off the back of that result against Liverpool. They'd fancy themselves Chelsea.
Leroy, everyone's got Manchester City down as nailed on champions. There's a part of me that thinks...
Which part, JJ?
Which part?
Which part?
Left or right?
Left or right?
Your ear,
It's the head.
your
It's
nose.
the head. It's the head.
Oh, the head. Okay.
It's the head. It's the head. It's the only real part of the body that works.
Yeah.
Stephen said the ear.
You know.
I mean, there's a part, just watching how they set, they look so hard to beat. And that, for me, is a sign of champions.
Yeah, the performance against Liverpool from Lukaku, I was more impressed with his performance than against Arsenal. Yeah, look, it was on the rampage against Arsenal, but you win titles when you're up against it. And I saw the way that Chelsea approached it, and as I said, the way they were organised. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel had worked on it. But to have the players then to implement it in the way that they did, because they still looked like they could go and win the game. When the few times they did break with Lukaku and then Alonso, a rejuvenated Alonso, by the way, I thought he was out the door. I thought that was a really impressive performance. And those little nagging doubts at the start of the season, are Chelsea in it? Well, I say yes, they are definitely in it after that performance. And Lukaku is the key. Timo Werner hasn't hasn't played a game, hasn't started a game for Chelsea. And I thought he did well. I thought even though he didn't score goals, I thought he gave Chelsea a different threat. Hasn't started a game. And he sat on the bench. And that is why you just fancy Chelsea, because I think they've got so much coming off the bench. Alonso, Chilwell hasn't kicked a ball yet. Thiago Silva came on as sub. That is a fantastic.
You can't get a handle on Tuchel's 11, can you?
No.
You've got no idea what 11 he's going to pick. So the players are on their toes every single day.
And I guess that's what you need, isn't it? For them to be successful, there is that competition within the dressing room for places. So everyone has to be on their game.
It keeps the edge. It keeps the edge. If you're a coach and you're coming into training, you're going to put a session on, there's a competitive edge because the players are hungry. Because Chilwell's thinking, well, I thought I was going to be number one left back at the start of the season. As Leroy said, there's been times when Emerson's come on before him.
Kante's hardly played. Hudson-Odoi, these guys haven't been involved, and they will be involved. And the thing that said it for me was the spirit they showed as that team. You've got a team of outstanding players, but the spirit and the togetherness in that performance says they're in, and it's as good as Liverpool's. Liverpool's togetherness is great. It's as good, and he's built that in a very short space of time. You've got to remember when he came in halfway through the season, and I said, look, they were dull, they were boring. But he's built something there, and he's built it very quickly. It's a really good mentality.
I'm not sure Chelsea would have got that result at Anfield a couple of years back. I think this is what you're now seeing in Thomas Tuchel. That second half performance, backs against the wall, the way they were drilled, the way they're doing their jobs, the way the manager made changes if someone was getting a bit fatigued. I don't think they would have got that under Frank. I think they were a good side, Chelsea, going forward under Frank. Really exciting. But elite managers get results like that.
It's an interesting point.
It told me a lot about Chelsea.
Because we always talk, don't we, about the fact that we've got the best players in the world in the Premier League now. We're talking about Ronaldo, we're talking about Lukaku, all of these incredible players. But we are so lucky to have the calibre of manager that we have in terms of Tuchel, Klopp, Pep. I mean, there are no better managers than those ones in the world.
Absolutely. And look, the proof's in when a vacancy becomes available, we're looking around saying, who can come in? Well, we've already got the best managers. Before we say, we'll go and get him from Italy, we'll go and get him from Spain. We've already got the best managers.
Yeah.
And they're operating in a way that suggests that they're getting better and they're determined to stay here in the best league in the world and go up against each other. And Pep has dictated that. That's why Tuchel and Klopp are fantastic, because they go head to head and sometimes they come out on top.
Very
okay, nice one. Quick prediction, Don.
3-0, and he lost one at home in 16. Chelsea 3-0.
Nice
I read it on the barn there.
Well done, good start. Well done. Didn't have to say that.
Yeah, we would have thought you were brilliant.
I'll go 4-1 Chelsea.
Okay, nice. Thank you very much, guys.